All right, let's dive into a true legend in the photography world. We're talking about the one piece of gear that has for decades been the ultimate gateway for photographers who want to take their shots from just good to, wow, that looks incredible. We are, of course, talking about the Nifty 50. So, have you ever had that feeling? You look at your own photos and something's just missing. You see all these amazing portraits online, the ones with that super creamy, blurry background, but your pictures just look a little flat. It is such a common frustration, especially when you're starting out with that basic lens that came in the box. Well, I've got some good news for you. It's probably not you. Seriously, those standard kit lenses, they're designed to be a jack of all trades, sure, but that means they're a master of none. They have some pretty big creative limits, especially when you're trying to get that professional-looking depth that makes your subject pop. But what if I told you there's an affordable, and I mean really affordable, secret weapon that unlocks that next level of quality? A lens that's been the first big upgrade for countless photographers. Yep, you guessed it, we're talking about the legendary Nifty 50. That's right, we are zeroing in on the Canon EF 50mm f1.8 STM. So let's really break down what makes this little lens so incredibly special and how it earned that legendary status. This quote just nails it. It really gets to the core of what this lens is all about. It's not just about getting a sharper piece of glass, it's about a tool that completely changes what's possible with your camera. It unlocks a whole new world of creative control. Okay, first things first, let's talk about something you can actually feel, the build quality. This was hands down the biggest complaint about the older versions of this lens, and with this latest update, it's so clear that Canon was paying attention. Just look at this key difference right here, the lens mount. The old plastic one just felt kind of cheap, and it could definitely wear down over time. This new metal mount, oh, it's a total game changer. It feels solid, it feels durable, and it just gives you this confidence that this lens is built to last for years and years of shooting. And get this, despite that tough new build, it weighs in at just 160 grams. That's a little over 5.5 ounces. It's so light, it's barely bigger than a camera body cap. This makes it the absolute perfect lens to just keep on your camera for everyday shooting or travel without ever weighing you down. But let's be real for a second. You're not buying this lens because it's light. You're buying it for this, the magic of its optical performance. We're talking about incredible sharpness and that gorgeous background blur that everybody is chasing after. And that beautiful blur, it actually has a name, bokeh. You've probably heard that term thrown around. It's just a fancy word that refers to the quality, the smoothness, the creaminess of the out-of-focus parts of your picture. And let me tell you, this lens is an absolute master at creating it. So, how does it create that beautiful bokeh? Well, the secret sauce is in the aperture blades. As you can see, the old lens had 5 straight blades, which created these kind of jagged, distracting, pentagon-shaped highlights. The new version has 7 rounded blades, and that produces much smoother, more pleasing, almost perfectly circular highlights. It's a tiny change on the inside that makes a massive difference in your final photo. Okay, now for some practical advice. You've got the lens, so how do you get the sharpest photos? Here's what the review recommends. For portraits where you want that background to just melt away, f1.8 is fantastic. It's incredibly sharp right in the center. But the real sweet spot for amazing sharpness from edge to edge is between f2.8 and f4. That's where this lens honestly starts to rival gear that costs way, way more. All right, let's switch gears and talk about focus. See those letters STM in the name? That is a huge deal, especially if you have any plans to shoot video. This isn't just a lens for photos anymore. It's really designed for the modern creator. So STM stands for stepping motor. It's Canon's special autofocus tech, and it's designed specifically to be smooth and quiet. The whole point is to avoid those jerky, sudden focus jumps you get from older lenses, which can totally ruin a video clip. So how does it actually perform? For photos, it's fast, it's accurate, it's totally reliable. For video, it absolutely delivers those smooth cinematic focus transitions. But, and this is important, here's a little heads up. It's not completely silent. Your camera's built-in mic might pick up a very faint buzz. So, pro tip, for any serious video work, you're definitely going to want to use an external microphone. And one more critical tip, because this trips a lot of people up. This lens uses something called a focus-by-wire system. That means the manual focus ring is electronic. So if you pick it up, turn the ring, and nothing happens, don't panic. Your lens isn't broken. Just make sure the camera is on, half-press the shutter button to wake everything up, and then the ring will work. It's a super common thing, and we wanted to clear it up for you. Okay, so we've looked at the build, the optics, the autofocus. It's time to put it all together. Is the Canon Nifty 50 still the king of value, especially now that there are even cheaper options on the market? And this table just illustrates the key difference perfectly. Yeah, some third-party lenses might look similar on a spec sheet, but they often come with a risk. The Canon lens delivers consistently reliable autofocus and way better build quality. You're not just buying a lens here, you're really investing in dependability and peace of mind. And that brings us to the final verdict from the review, which honestly couldn't be any clearer. When you look at the price, the performance, and the reliability you get, this lens is still one of the absolute smartest investments you can make for your Canon camera, period. But I want to leave you with this one last thought. This lens is so much more than just a piece of gear. Because it has a fixed focal length, it doesn't zoom, it actually forces you to become a better photographer. You have to physically move your body to frame your shot, what photographers call zooming with your feet. It teaches you about composition, about depth of field, and about how to see and use light in a way that no zoom lens ever could. So ultimately, upgrading to this lens isn't really just about getting blurrier backgrounds. It's about gaining a whole new perspective. It's a tool that unlocks your creativity and empowers you to see the world differently. So the only real question left is, what stories are you going to tell?